I'm Megha Sharma and we are in Jaipur. I'm right outside Hawa Mahal, the iconic heritage structure that Jaipur is famous for. It is also important to understand that what brings us to Jaipur today. The Vice President of United States of America, J.D. Vance, is in town. He is alongside him, his wife, Usha Vance, the Second Lady of United States of America, and their 3 children are in Jaipur. They were in Delhi yesterday. This is the second leg of their India tour where they arrive in Jaipur, and tomorrow they are going to be headed to Agra. But before we move on to the next leg of J.D. Vance's trip to India, let's sit back and talk about what all has happened today in terms of the things that he has said about India-US trade relationship, about tariffs and non-trade barriers that have been the question, that have been the concern for the US administration, and more importantly, the reference points that have been called out as a roadmap for a multi-sector, mutually beneficial bilateral trade agreement that India and United States of America have been trying to sign, and hopefully that is going to happen in the span of the 90-day pause that has been imposed by the Donald Trump administration in keeping with the 27% tariff threat that had been imposed on India amongst other countries of the world. I'm being joined today by some eminent guests. On my right hand side is Mr. Prakash Bhandari. He is a senior journalist. I also have with me Bharat Singh. He is the founder of the Jaipur Houses. Thank you both of you for joining me. And I start with you, sir, about of course, you were there at the Rajasthan International Center where J.D. Vance made that 30-minute speech, and he spoke particularly about tariffs. He spoke about how United States and Donald Trump wants to make India great again and America great again. But do you think it is a practical way of doing so if tariffs are imposed on India?
I would look at like at the Vice Presidential's speech. I would look at this way, that Mr. Vance has only tried to reiterate what President Donald Trump has already been saying. And today's speech showed that India has a special place in the heart of the American administration, and India is being viewed and looked with a different vision, and that relates to India, the bilateral trade agreement. And it seems the US government and Donald Trump in particular is very, very keen that the bondage between India and US should strengthen more and more, because we are in a position to help the US economy with the class of students that we have, the brains that we have, whether it's in IT sector, now it's AI also. Even the US has been claiming that AI, once in full bloom, India is going to be a big center for AI.
But talking about, he said, buy energy from United States, buy defense from United States, open up your markets, give us access, remove the non-trade barriers. How is this going to impact? That is India at this point in time in a position capable enough that even if it opens up the markets, reduces the interest cuts, will the domestic producer not suffer because of it?
See, the Vice President has taken a lot of time to give his ideas on energy in India. And what I feel that he generalized, he spoke about energy in a very, very different tone, which is basically scientific. It's that US is going to explore the various frontier which is offered by the energy sector, which is the key factor for development, and energy and India. So what is going to be the support from there? It's by way of scientific achievements, which the American scientists does, and which they want India should benefit of that research and the new innovation. So I have a feeling that energy is going to get a lot of impetus in future.
Okay. All right, Bharat, I'm going to come to you and understand from you, the historicity of Rajasthan, of Jaipur particularly. There have been heads of states from all across the globe. There are public figures, celebrities who end up coming to Jaipur. The beauty of Jaipur, the majesty. You have the grandeur. You have from the British Raj or even before Mughal Raj and the Rajputana culture. It all culminates into what Jaipur is for the world, over for international tourists, for domestic tourists alike. J.D. Vance has visited Amer Fort today. He will be going to City Palace tomorrow. So these are important, iconic, majestic monuments that Jaipur treasures. How does this allow for India's tourism industry to gain further? And can there be more prospects created around these gems that we have in our country, and particularly in Rajasthan?
Right. Thank you for that question. Megha, the thing is that Jaipur and Rajasthan has always been this tourist hub. But since COVID affected us all, tourism in the state and in the city has been very low. And through this visit, we're all hoping that the American market and the European market, that is a huge sort of source of tourism for Jaipurites and for Rajasthan people, is going to grow because, like you mentioned, the Amer Fort and the City Palace, of course, is all there. But there's so much more to see just in the city itself. Jaipur was considered to be one of the prettiest cities, or at least the top 3 prettiest cities in the world. And so there's a lot for us to show to the world, and we're hoping that through this visit, it really opens up the industry to a lot of more visitors, both, of course, local and mostly international as well.
Right, and also talking about, you said, the tourists have reduced in numbers since COVID. And again, you mentioned about very important fact that if public figures and heads of states and vice presidents and prime ministers and so on and so forth come and arrive and visit these places, there can be, more curiosity amongst others, amongst the people across the globe to want to come back to Jaipur. How do you think the numbers can be resurrected?
I think the numbers can be resurrected. They're already getting a little better. But like you mentioned, just highlighting these different spaces, even small things like coming in different Bollywood and Hollywood movies makes a difference to the footfall of these monuments and these tourist sites. So I feel big heads of state, celebrities endorsing tourism, heritage, art and architecture and culture is really going to boost the economy in that prospect. And since we are a country, we are a culture, we are a civilization that is oozing out with art and heritage and culture, I think it's high time that we actually tap on that and make the most of it and actually expose the world to the richness of India's heritage.
Tourism has been something that the government of India and state governments have been working together in tandem and individually as well. There is huge corpuses that are allocated to especially in Rajasthan, which one can say does survive on certain percentage of the tourism income that comes into the state coffers. What more potential does Jaipur have for tourists to be attracted to the city?
So Jaipur, apart from just the monuments, it's actually a hub for art and craft. And that's been the case even before independence. The Maharajas of Jaipur were patrons of different industrial arts, different crafts, and made sure that the city was really thriving. So I think it really goes beyond just being a place where you visit monuments, but a sort of living heritage site, which Jaipur really is. So the idea is not only to keep it one-dimensional and only focus on monuments, but also sort of tap into the intangible heritage of the city, which is the art, the crafts, and the sort of skill force that is there within the locals out here. So there's a vast array of things that we can really tap into. And we're hoping that more visits, more diplomatic visits like this will really help the city and the state and the country thrive.
Right. Talking about, you said there's more to visiting the monuments and be done with it. Tell us something about what you do. And it's a little innovative, little interesting, lot of creativity involved in it, and a lot of time and care given into not just then superficially, going through checklist that you want to visit all these places, but actually to live and breathe them.
Right. So that's the beauty of actually Jaipur, is that it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but it's actually a living heritage site in itself. So as I mentioned before, it's not only the monuments, but the art and the craft. And what I really enjoy myself is sort of exploring the water management systems which are there in Rajasthan, which is unparalleled. And I'm sorry if I sound a little vain, but I don't think there is any better system and sophisticated water management and harvesting that's been developed in Rajasthan. Jaipur is a great example of that, with hundreds of step wells and tanks and aqueducts, which really made this kingdom grow despite being in a very harsh sort of desert, semi-arid terrain. So apart from just heritage and monument, there are also these natural resources and the management of them. That's actually something that should be given more attention, and I think the government and private people are doing that now. So we're hoping, and we're all very sort of positive for the future, and we're hoping for more and more people to visit us from America, from Europe, and within India, so that we can sort of just expose everyone to the marvel that is Rajasthan.
Okay, thanks, Bharat. I'm going to come back to you, sir. Talking about the economy of the country and tourism, and when particularly talking about the state of Rajasthan, how both of them are intrinsically connected to each other. And do you think tariffs also end up hurting the country's or the state's tourism market?
See, one thing that I would like to stress on, in recent years, there's a fall of foreign tourists in Jaipur. The number of tourists that were coming from abroad, particularly Europe and US, that number has declined, but it has been substantiated by high-paying Indian tourists. Indian tourists are spending as much as the foreign tourists are doing, and they are also booking, they are renting the best rooms with a very high price and paying very high price for their dinner, lunches and breakfasts. And so the new breed of rich Indians are coming in big way in Jaipur, and it is partly substantiated. But what we are looking for is the foreign tourists should come. And I have a feeling when more than about 17, 18 years ago, when Bill Clinton had come, it gave a very large exposure to Jaipur city in particular, and there were a flood of American tourists making almost a beeline to visit Jaipur. And that has happened, but I have a feeling in a very small way, maybe in a small way, not as when Clinton had visited. Vance's visit would certainly impact tourism in the state, and the American tourists who were lost to Jaipur, they would come to see the pig.
And finally, also a very important question. Do you think there is going to be a deal that will finally be struck between India and America when it comes to tariffs? Will India have to bend over backwards to please the Trump administration?
I have a feeling India is not in a tearing hurry to sign any agreement at the moment till Mr. Donald Trump decides on other countries. He has been focusing a lot of energy is being spent on teaching China a lesson. So unless we know what China is going to get and what other countries are going to get, the tariff, one thing is sure, the tariff is not going to hurt us as much, India, as is going to hurt other countries But what my best hope is to see that India emerges as a big manufacturing center.
All right. That's the hope. That's exactly what the message that J.D. Vance also tried to tell to the audiences and to the public. How much of it that is going to become a reality is something only time will tell. Meanwhile, let's also take a look at and glance through this entire pavement. There are a number of these shopkeepers with the number of their wares and trinkets and clothes and handicrafts and everything that they have set up for tourists, international and domestic, to come and visit them and purchase from them. And let's try to even talk to some of them and let's understand from them what's their sentiment. What is the buzz on the ground about J.D. Vance? Are they aware of J.D. Vance and what is the reason for his visit? And let's understand from them. I have with me a few people over here. So, सबसे पहले तो आपसे ये पूछना चाहूँगी, आपको मालूम है J.D. Vance जयपुर में है आजकल?
हाँ.
और जेडी वैंस यहाँ पे जयपुर में आए हैं, वो कल सिटी पैलेस जाएंगे, आज वो आमेर फोर्ट पे गए थे। इंडिया और यूएस के रिलेशनशिप का फ्यूचर आपको क्या लगता है, ब्राइट है?
ब्राइट होना चाहिए हिसाब से, जैसे परेशानियाँ हुई है उसके पीछे फ़ायदा भी होगा। परेशानियाँ हुई है पब्लिक को, उससे पीछे फ़ायदा भी होगा।
और आपको क्या लगता है जो ट्रम्प एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टैरिफ वॉर्स लगाती है, बोलती है कि 27% टैरिफ लगाएंगे इंडियन इंपोर्ट्स पर, क्या उससे क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा? उससे इंडिया को नुकसान है कि इंडिया को फ़ायदा है?
उनकी नीतियाँ वो सब पे ही लगा रहे हैं, इंडिया में नहीं सब पे ही लगा रहे हैं। उनकी नीतियाँ वो तो उनके पर्सनल मैटर है, वो सब पे लगा रहे हैं, अपने इंडिया में नहीं सब पे ही लगा रहे हैं।
तो अगर हमें नेगोशिएट बेटर करना है यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के साथ, ट्रम्प एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के साथ, किस तरीके से हमें नेविगेट करना चाहिए इसको?
इसको अपना पॉजिटिव सोचना चाहिए, नेगेटिव नहीं होना चाहिए।
अपनी शॉप के बारे में बताइए। आपके पास कितने फॉरेन टूरिस्ट यहाँ पे आते हैं और कौन कौन से देशों से आते हैं?
कोरोना से पहले तो बहुत था टूरिस्ट, स्पेनिश आते थे, इटालियन आते थे, जापानीज आते थे, कोरियन आते थे। कोरोना के बाद कम हो गया बिजनेस, डोमेस्टिक ज़्यादा हो गया है अपने
डोमेस्टिक।
हाँ।
और आपका ऑफ सीजन कब होता है और पीक सीजन कब होता है?
ऑफ सीजन तो अभी चल ही रहा है, अप्रैल से अगस्त तक। उसके बाद सीजन आता है नवंबर से अप्रैल तक।
Okay, so there you get an idea about how a local in Jaipur thinks of JD Vance's trip to their city. Let me try to get a word. Sir, आपसे बात करेंगे. Okay. So we'll try to get some more people onto the business. But here you see, if you take a look on the other side of the street. There's quite the hustle and bustle happening because this is the evening hours. It's a little cooler than it was in the afternoon, which was peak afternoon hours, which was about 40 degrees of temperature. And people have gathered in large numbers. Now, this is the facade of the Hawa Mahal, the red and pink sandstone, and it looks just majestic. And it's going to light up in just maybe an hour and a half's time after the sun sets, and it's going to look even prettier with those tinted glass windows that you can actually see. And let's speak to some other. Let me try to also capture for you maybe if there are some international tourists that I end up spotting. So there you have a lot of locals. And let me speak to this one gentleman over here. Sir, अपना नाम बताएंगे?
मेरे पास ग्रैक खड़ा हुआ है।
Okay, he has a ओके हाँ, हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। आप मुझे बताइए, आपकी कितने सालों से ये शॉप है?
60 साल से।
आपको पता है जेडी वैंस जयपुर में है आजकल। आपको क्या लगता है इंडिया और यूएस के रिलेशनशिप का फ्यूचर?
कोई अच्छा रिलेशन नहीं होगा उससे, क्योंकि अमेरिका ने जो है कभी भी बात करी है उस पर स्थिर नहीं रहा आज तक और ना रहेगा। अमेरिका और चाइना का दोनों का यही हाल है।
और ये जो ट्रम्प टैरिफ्स की बात करते हैं, 27% टैरिफ्स का थ्रेट किया है इंडिया पे, क्या हम एक डील ऐसी नेगोशिएट कर सकते हैं जो इंडिया के फायदे में हो? इंडिया
का सिर्फ नुकसान में ही है और कोई फायदा नहीं है। जो मर्जी आए रेट लगा दी, उससे हर चीज़ की महंगाई बढ़ने के चांस हो गए।
आपको लगता है आपको ये ट्रेड जो टैरिफ्स लगाए हैं इससे इम्पैक्ट होगा?
इससे बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हो रहा है, ज़बरदस्त महंगाई बढ़ रही है, हालत खराब हो रही है।
और मुझे बता सकते हैं अभी आपके जो टूरिस्ट है, इंटरनेशनल टूरिस्ट कौन कौन से देशों से आते हैं?
वर्ल्ड से सब जगह से ही आते हैं।
और क्या कोविड से पहले ज्यादा आते थे, कोविड के बाद कम आने शुरू हुए? कोविड के बाद ज्यादा आए। और आपको क्या लगता है क्या रीजन है कोविड के बाद ज्यादा टूरिस्ट क्यों आते हैं?
आदमी जो है इस चक्कर में आ गया कि घूमना फिरना ऐश करना, नहीं तो पता नहीं कल क्या होगा।
हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। लेट्स ऑल्सो maybe here let's also talk to some other people, other shopkeepers. So this is the time, this is at this point of time is the time. It's the evening hours, a little cooler than in the afternoon and the morning hours, and there are more tourists that come to the shop to purchase, to make their shopping, and that's good for business. And although this is not the peak season, this is the peak season has just gotten over. It has ended in February, March, because that's the time when the temperatures are much lower as compared to the time period between April and up till September, October, when the temperatures are really really high. Okay, let's come this side and let's try to speak to some. Okay, I have with me here one gentleman, and let's go over there. So there you see he has a footwear shop, and there are some customers who are in his shop right now. Thank you very much हमसे बात करने के लिए. पहले तो बताइए कि आपका जो टूरिस्ट आते हैं कौन से मंथ्स में ज़्यादा आपका टूरिस्ट आते हैं, कौन से मंथ में कम आते हैं?
कम का तो चालू हो गया ये मई जून जुलाई इसमें बहुत कम आते हैं. उसके बाद फिर जो सबसे पीक अगर आप बोलिए तो नवंबर दिसंबर जनवरी.
अच्छा, और इंटरनेशनल टूरिस्ट ज़्यादा आते हैं आपके पास?
जी बिल्कुल आते
कौन कौन से देशों से आते हैं?
हैं. यूएसए से आते हैं, इधर आपको यूके से आते हैं, जर्मनी हो गए, इटालियन सबसे ज़्यादा आते हैं, स्पेनिश आते हैं, सभी आते हैं क्योंकि हवा महल तो सबको देखना होता है ना.
आपको पता है ये यहाँ पे डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने टैरिफ्स की बात की है, टैरिफ लगाने का बात की है, थ्रेट की है इंडिया को. किस तरह से इंडिया को इसको देखना चाहिए और कैसे नेगोशिएट करनी चाहिए अपनी डील ट्रंप एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के साथ?
तो चूँकि अभी जेडी वैन साहब आए हुए हैं तो बहुत अच्छा बार्गेनिंग का मौका है मोदी जी के लिए. तो मोदी जी स्मार्ट हैं, वो बार्गेनिंग करेंगे इसमें.
और जेडी वैंस जो यहाँ पर आए हैं, क्या आपको लगता है कि अमेरिकन टूरिस्ट जेडी वैंस को देख के यहाँ पे और आना चाहेगा जयपुर में?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, चूँकि उनके स्वागत में हिंदुस्तान बिल्कुल बहुत आगे से आगे रहा है और काफ़ी उनको रिस्पेक्ट दिया गया है, इज्जत दी गई है, तो इससे तो फ़ायदा होगा ही.
हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. सो यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ ओपिनियंस amongst the shopkeepers. I'll try to also speak to some tourists, shoppers. They've come domestic, many of them who have come from within the country, from different other cities and states, but there are a few of them who are also international tourists, even though it is not the peak season. Let me try to talk to them. Hi, could you speak with me? Could you tell me about yourself? What's your name and which country are you from?
I'm Milen and I'm from Spain.
Okay, so what attracts you to Jaipur? Is this your first time?
Yes, it's my first time in India and in Jaipur too.
And how long have you been living in Jaipur, staying in Jaipur now? Is this your first day?
Yes, no, I've been here for 2 days. I'm traveling.
You're traveling. And what do you like? What have you liked about Jaipur?
All the landmarks and the palaces and the castles, everything. Also, the shops and the markets are good.
Do you know? I'm sure you're aware that the Vice President of America, J.D. Vance, is in town.
Yes, I know. This morning he came here. Yes.
And what do you think about the tariffs imposition threat that has been made by the Trump administration across the globe? And India is no different. In fact, one of the primary reasons for J.D. Vance to come to India was to, negotiate the trade deal that India has been wanting to negotiate so that tariffs are reduced. Do you think something similar is faced by Spain, by Italy, by other European Union countries as well?
Yes, I think all the changes he made into the taxes and everything is eventually going to affect all the world because we are all connected and it's all an unique economy.
Okay, all right. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your trip and thank you for talking to us. Thank you. I would like to speak to you as well, ma'am. A quick question. You're here with your daughter? Is she your daughter?
She's my daughter, yes.
Is this your first time to India?
No, second time. Sorry, I lost my voice.
Okay. I will not impose too much, but just a quick question: in the last trip that you made to India, did you also visit Jaipur?
Yes, I did, but it was 32 years ago. Yeah. So a long time ago, and it was not the same India.
And how different is Jaipur today from 42 years ago?
The difference is the people, because we were just 2 young girls, and at that time it was a really bad scene to travel alone 2 girls. So now it's just normal, like anybody in the world. So I'm just reconciliated with India.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for talking. Enjoy your trip. So, we spoke to a few shopkeepers. We spoke to a couple of international travelers who have come over here to visit Jaipur, to shop, to have some fun. I'm out of time, but I thank all of you for watching me. We are here in Jaipur, and stay tuned on NewsX because we are going to give you continuous coverage on Vice President J.D. Vance's visit. His next leg is going to be in Agra, and I'm going to keep bringing you all the latest updates. I'm signing off with my camera person, Avinash Shukla.